Now the second ingredient that we need to form a program is our main function. Now this main function, it serves as an indication to our compiler, saying that it is the beginning of the program and that the compiler should begin execution of the program from the main function, and the instruction contained in our main function is executed first in any C program. It is impossible to write a program without a main function, and there can be only one main function in any C++ program. Having said that, let us now look at the syntax of our main function. Every main function comprises of a return type, which can be int, void, double, and so on. Now if you are confused as to what this int, voids are, that's perfectly fine. Later on, when we do a video on data types and variables, you'll have an in-depth understanding of what these terminologies actually are. Now apart from the return type, the next thing that we have is the main keyword followed by two circular braces. Care should be taken that the main is written exactly as it is seen in the screen. Then we have an opening and a closing curly braces, which defines the block for our main function, and inside this block we have declaration section, executable section, and the return statement. Now that we know what a main function is, what it looks like, and what it consists of, let us now incorporate main function into our program. As of now, we only have a header file. Let us now insert the main function. After inserting the main function, our program looks somewhat like this. The return type of our main function is an integer, and that's the reason why I have inserted a return statement which is returning an integer 0. You can place any integer in place of 0. Now that we have our main function, the next thing that we need is an instruction which can print hello from the community on our output screen. And for that we'll be making use of our cout function, which comes with our iostream header file. Now in order to print the message hello from the community, we are making use of the cout, which comes inside of our iostream header file. And then we have two lesser than symbol, which is also known as the insertion operator. And then we have our message hello from the community, which are under the double quotation mark. Whenever we need to display a message, the message should always be within the quotation mark. Now if you have noticed, there is one more line that has been used in our program, and that is our using namespace std line. Now the reason as to why we are making use of the namespace std is because of this. Now you can pause the video and go through the highlighted lines. Now that we know why we are making use of the namespace std instruction, remember to insert this instruction in every program that you write in future. Now that we are ready with our program, let us execute it. As you can see over here, we have got the message hello from the community on our output screen. The other thing that you might have noticed is these two lines. In this particular line, we are compiling our source code by making use of the G++ compiler. And once our source code is compiled, it gets stored into the main Well, this is nothing but just a name given to the compiled file, and it is not necessary that it should be main. You can name it whatever you want to. Once our source code has been compiled and the compiled code is stored in this file, the next thing that we need to do is run our program. And just by providing the name of the compiled file, we can run our program, and hence we get the message hello from the community. The other thing that you can find inside the main block is our executable statement and the return statement. So in our program we have a main function inside which we have an executable section and a return statement. The declaration section is where you declare variables and constants, and this is something that we will discuss in the next video. So as of now, in this simple program which greets the user with the message hello from the community, we have seen that it comprises of header file section, and then we have a main function inside which we have executable statements and return statement. The declaration section is something that is to be covered in the next video, and then we have something known as comments as well, which we have already used in our program. So what are comments? These are basically lines of codes which are not considered by the compiler during the evaluation of the program, and these comments are used in order to increase the code readability. There are basically two types of comments: single line comments, which looks like this. It begins with two / followed by the message, and the reason as to why these are known as single line comments is because it can span only across a single line. Now the other type of comments that we have are known as the multi-line comments, which looks like this. It starts with a / followed by an asterisk mark with the message that spans across multiple lines, and then it ends with an asterisk mark followed by another /. Apart from the comments, the other thing that you will observe in this program is something as small as is something known as a semicolon. We use semicolon in order to tell the compiler the logical ending of a particular statement and the logical beginning of another statement. We make use of semicolon in the declaration section, the executable statements, and the return statement. For header section main functions, we don't make use of semicolon. Semicolons are indication for the compiler, telling the compiler to execute the statement before the semicolon. Having said that, in the next video we'll be dealing with the declaration section, where we'll be declaring variables, and we'll be seeing how constant functions, and then we'll see what data types actually are and things like that. Thank you for watching this video.